I'm Dr. Kemi for Kemi Talks Media. It's still Wednesday afternoon, the 28th of May, 2025. I just watched an updated video of Speed Darlington, the music artist, talking about what he said in his live video about having intercourse with a 15-year-old and broke her virginity and talked about blood and the 2,000 naira and everything. Like I said, I did my video. I'm a victim of sexual violence. This is not something you glamorize at all. There are different forms of sexual violence. It's not just rape, all right? In what I said in my last video about statutory rape, when somebody has sex with an underage person, a minor, and there are times when it's consensual. The minor too wants to have, sex with the person. However, if they're underage, in the modern world, it's statutory. If you go to northern Nigeria, you have girls who are underage and they're marrying, and child marriage has been something that I spoke out against for a long time. So it's really not acceptable in the north, and it's not acceptable anywhere. Now, Darlington has gone back to make a video update saying it was a skit, saying that he has to make money to eat, and so he has to be controversial. Sexual violence is not something that you use as a way to create content or skits and be controversial. It is not the right thing to do. Now, the Lagos State Department of Domestic Violence and Sexual Violence have opened a case on this, and so has NAPTIP, because what's been going on with NAPTIP lately on sexual violence and trafficking of young people and minors to other countries is pretty serious. So it's not a butt of content creation or jokes. There's been a few TikTokers that have been arrested for that kind of stuff. Aside from that, you got to really think, well, Darlington, you're a U.S. citizen, a naturalized one, so I heard. Because the Lagos State Sexual Violence and Domestic Violence Agency has opened a case on this, there's nothing you can do, really. U.S. authorities will be notified on this, and you have to be very careful what you write on social media. President Trump just banned student visas just yesterday, and they want to check what people are writing on social media as well. You put a whole entire live video on social media describing how you defiled an underage girl, and you think the U.S. authorities are not looking? I need everybody to go to ICE. U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Go to their Twitter and just take a look for a good 40 minutes on their feed and see who is being arrested and deported. Lots and lots of rapists, child molesters. There's a lot of criminals, but look at the amount of people that they are taking for child sexual violence. Speed Darlington, you're not using your brain. Do you realize that you might carry a U.S. citizenship, and the next time you enter the U.S., they'll detain you at the border? They could arrest you at the border. Why? If you notice those people that have been arrested for sexual violence and being deported, many of them already had their papers. Some didn't. Many already had their papers. There were one or two people who went to, USCIS, United States Citizen and Immigration, to try to upgrade their green card to a citizen. So you have to go for the interview, you have to go to do the exam, all that. It was when they went for that interview that they now arrested them. And they posted, USCIS posted, ICE posted, they have a joint thing, they can tag each other. Like, this person has sexual crimes in their community, in this state, in that state, and they were trying to apply for naturalization. They will not naturalize you if you have a criminal record, especially that kind. Instead, they'll deport you. You'll see a lot of those on the ICE page. Somebody trying to upgrade their, papers to citizens. Somebody trying to get their green card. It was just like many of them were caught. So you're in Nigeria, your original country. You're boasting on social media that you defiled somebody underage. They're going to investigate it. The social media posters is what President Trump is telling all the agencies. I do a lot of, work tweeting the Trump. I blocked the Trump administration on Twitter, on X, Dr. K. Olunloyo, and a lot of what I'm seeing, okay, borders around this stuff. So Speed Darlington, it goes more than oh, I'm just creating content. I need to eat. I have to be controversial. You now have to focus on the U.S. authorities, because there's a possibility that you'll be arrested at the border anytime you enter. They're going to put an APB on you. So when you enter, they'll hold you. Then you need a lawyer. Then you need this. It's just not right. Stop playing with sexual abuse and sexual violence of girls. Stop it. Okay, I'm going to be 61, and what happened to me is still eating me up. Okay, it's trauma, past trauma. I was even saying if there was actually a girl that he defiled at 15, that person would be 25 now. Because he said 10 years ago. Do you know where they are at 25? Do you know? Let's assume it really happened. Do you know what they're doing? It could be I said in my last video, that could be a 25-year-old doctor in Canada doing well. Even a married woman with a husband and children. And then you're talking about this. You're bringing back their own trauma. And I discussed PTSD, your own PTSD and the victim's PTSD, if they're even a victim. But it's not something you play around with, please. Stop playing with statutory rape, anything that has to do with sexual violence or sexual underage sex and stuff like that, okay? I just want everybody to know where I stand on that. Thank you so much, as always.